Arsenal News Now brings another major update from North London as the club regroups, reassesses, and prepares for the challenges ahead following a turbulent week filled with mixed emotions, tactical reflections, transfer discussions, and internal evaluations. Because inside the walls of London Colney, the atmosphere is intense, focused, and charged with a sense of determination that reflects both frustration from recent setbacks and hunger to respond strongly. And sources around the club reveal that Mikel Arteta and his staff have already initiated a new phase of tactical refinement aimed at restoring sharpness, fluidity, and dominance in the upcoming fixtures, with players undergoing detailed analysis of positioning, movement, defensive structure, and attacking patterns. And one insider described the mood as serious but united, emphasizing that despite the disappointment from the Aston Villa loss, the players remained fully committed to bouncing back, improving their execution, and delivering a performance that reflects their ambition to compete at the highest level of English and European football. And in the midst of all this, Arsenal's fitness department has issued updates on several key players, including those who faced heavy workloads in recent matches, with reports indicating that the medical team is closely monitoring fatigue levels, muscle load, and recovery cycles to ensure that the squad remains physically sharp as the season intensifies. And there is particular attention on the players who have been carrying minor knocks, as Arteta wants every member of the squad to be ready for rotation, tactical adjustments, and dynamic match plans that require flexibility and readiness. And beyond the training ground, transfer news continues to circulate with increasing frequency as Arsenal assess their options for strengthening the squad in the upcoming windows, with Arteta and Edu reportedly drawing up lists of potential signings that could bring additional depth, creativity, and stability, especially in areas where recent matches revealed vulnerabilities or inconsistencies. And early whispers suggest that the club may pursue reinforcements in midfield, attack, and defensive positions, depending on the market conditions, player availability, and financial considerations. And several names from across Europe have been linked, although Arsenal remain focused on strategic recruitment rather than reacting emotionally to individual results. And behind the scenes, senior players are said to be taking a strong leadership role in keeping the squad grounded, motivated, and mentally aligned, with figures like Odegaard, Rice, Gabriel, and Jesus reportedly holding internal discussions to maintain unity, reinforce standards, and ensure that the team does not lose momentum or confidence after difficult results. Because one of the core principles Arteta has instilled in this squad is resilience, the ability to absorb setbacks and transform them into fuel for improvement. And sources indicate that the group responded well in the first sessions after the loss, demonstrating hunger, intensity, and a collective acknowledgement that the team must elevate its sharpness in key moments, particularly in finishing, transitions, and defensive concentration. And fans will be encouraged to know that the coaching staff have been meticulously reviewing the tactical details from recent matches, identifying patterns that can be improved, analyzing pressing triggers, restructuring build-up angles, and rehearsing final third combinations aimed at restoring Arsenal's attacking ruthlessness, as Arteta believes that despite recent frustrations, the team is close to unlocking the next level of performance, and he remains confident that with sharper execution and greater composure in decisive situations, Arsenal can regain momentum quickly. And away from tactics, the club is also preparing updates on academy prospects who continue to impress in training, with several young players reportedly catching the eye of the coaching staff and earning opportunities to train with the senior squad, underscoring Arsenal's long-standing commitment to youth development. And insiders note that the club sees its academy as an essential part of its future, especially as financial regulations become an increasing factor in long-term squad planning. And more news is expected soon regarding contract extensions for several important players, with negotiations said to be progressing steadily behind closed doors, as Arsenal seek to secure their core talent for the years ahead and avoid uncertainty in key positions. And as fans await the next match, the atmosphere around the club is one of determination, analysis, and focused preparation, with every player aware that the response to setbacks will define not just the next match, but the trajectory of the season. And Arteta is reportedly delivering a clear message to the squad. Unity, intensity, and belief must remain unwavering, because the journey is long, the season is far from over, and Arsenal's ambitions remain firmly within reach as long as the team maintains its mentality, discipline, and hunger to improve. Arsenal News Now continues its extended coverage as new information surfaces from inside the club, painting a clearer picture of the current atmosphere, ongoing adjustments, and the internal drive to respond strongly after recent setbacks. Because sources close to the training ground describe the environment as intensely focused, with players arriving earlier than usual, staying longer after sessions, and participating in additional drills designed to sharpen technical precision, finishing accuracy, and positional discipline, as Arteta and his staff push the squad to refine every detail of their game, knowing that the margins in the Premier League are razor-thin and that small improvements can produce big differences in results. And reports suggest that senior players have taken an even stronger role in group discussions, with Martin Odegaard reportedly delivering a powerful speech during a team meeting, urging everyone to remain united, accountable, and mentally strong, emphasizing that one defeat should not derail the progress the team has made, and that champions are defined not by how they perform when everything is going well, but by how they respond when the pressure mounts, when criticism intensifies, and when doubts arise. And Odegaard's words are said to have sparked renewed energy within the squad, reinforcing the mentality that Arteta has been instilling since his arrival. And fans will be encouraged to know that several players who struggled in the recent match have been working individually with coaches, reviewing clips, analyzing decision-making moments, and rehearsing tactical patterns to ensure improvements are immediate and consistent, especially in areas like defensive transitions, final third movements, and pressing coordination, because Arsenal know they dominated possession but lacked the killer instinct needed to put the match to bed. And this is an issue that both the coaching staff and players are determined to correct as they prepare for the upcoming fixtures. And on the fitness front, the medical department has been monitoring players closely, ensuring that recovery protocols are optimized, hydration levels maintained, and muscle load tracked with precision, as the team cannot afford fatigue-related dips at this stage of the season. And there is optimism that all key players will be available for selection in the coming matches, barring unforeseen issues, although Arteta is expected to rotate certain positions to keep the squad fresh, maintain intensity, and reward those showing exceptional effort in training. And beyond the immediate preparation, transfer activity continues to generate noise as Arsenal explore multiple options to reinforce the squad, with one insider revealing that Edu and Arteta have identified 3 primary positions for potential strengthening, focusing on depth in midfield, additional attacking firepower, and defensive cover, particularly in the fullback roles, where tactical flexibility and injuries have posed challenges in recent weeks. And early scouting reports mention several targets in Spain, Portugal, Italy, and the Bundesliga, with Arsenal monitoring both established stars and rising talents who fit the club's long-term vision. And there are also ongoing discussions about outgoing transfers, as Arsenal consider loan moves for young players seeking more minutes, as well as potential sales for fringe members of the squad who may not fit into the evolving tactical system. And academy updates bring more positive news, with several Hale End talents continuing to impress, with one standout youngster reportedly earning repeated praise from Arteta for his technical ability, composure, and intelligence in tight spaces, making him a strong candidate for senior involvement later in the season. And fans will be intrigued to know that the club is preparing to announce progress in multiple contract negotiations, including extensions for key players whose futures are vital to the project, with discussions said to be progressing smoothly behind closed doors as Arsenal seek to secure their core talent for the years ahead and avoid uncertainty in key positions. And off the pitch, Arsenal continue to expand their global footprint, with marketing initiatives, partnerships, and community projects gaining momentum, demonstrating the club's commitment not just to football success, but to broader impact, growth, and connection with supporters worldwide. And as matchday approaches, the anticipation grows, with Arteta expected to deliver a tactical setup that reinforces control while injecting more directness, urgency, and ruthlessness in key moments, because the staff believe that the team is close to converting dominance into consistent results. And the mood around the club suggests a deep belief that the setback against Villa will serve as a turning point rather than a derailment, pushing the players to rise with greater hunger, resilience, and purpose as they enter a crucial phase of the season.